Hi, everybody. This is Team T-Pop. My name is Ines. Yours?
Hello, my name is Lawrence. I'm also in the group Depop.
I am Helena.
I'm Siske.
I'm
I'm
Luna.
Clarissa.
Okay, great.
Luna and Clarissa. So we are in group 6, and we had to talk about the article. What was the name of the hotel again?
Ritz.
Clayton.
It is the Ritz-Carlton Hotel.
Ritz-Carlton.
Ritz-Carlton, exactly.
So we will first go over the what the article was about. Who wants to start doing the little explanation?
I'll do a short summary. That's fine. So the article basically is about a hotel that started very small, like most like most hotels, and then it started booming. They expanded. They kept on expanding, and they were known for their great service. I mean, they always had great service, and they always took care of the customers who were in their hotels. They took care of them. Now they have over 70 businesses in 24 countries. They've expanded rapidly, and their name is known all over the world.
Mm-hmm.
And we had some further questions to examine further what they did good, what went right, how their process went. That's what we will discuss in the further questions.
So
and we won 2 prizes, right?
Yes, exactly. They're the only hotel who won the 2 prestigious prizes, which the name slipped my mind.
The Malcolm Baldrige Quality Awards.
Yeah. Oh, thank you.
So the hotel was a 5-star hotel. So obviously it's probably not super cheap to stay over in that hotel, but because of that, they also had a big budget. And when a client had a special request, then the employees made sure that it was being arranged, like romantic dinners on the beach and stuff like that. And that's also a way to motivate other clients, potential clients that hear those stories to also come to the hotel, because they know that they will be treated like royalty.
These stories get
I want to be
written
treated
down.
like royalty.
Everyone wants to. These stories get written down and told between all the employers, and this would also motivate the other employers to try to do something unusual to have an amazing client service.
Yeah, I think it's kind of like also a little bit like in competition without it being a competition, but it's nice to hear like those wow stories from other employees and thinking like, wow, I want to be an employee like that. So I want to treat my customers very well as well. So it's indeed another motivation.
Yeah, you're right.
They talk about this is service differentiation, and it actually just means that there's a lot that they have their own characteristics within the service. So the company stands out because of their service, and that's what that's what they stand for, basically.
What's also quite interesting or different from other hotels or restaurants or whatever is that not just the customers who come to the hotel are treated like royals or something very special, but also the staff itself is always supposed to remind itself that it is also supposed to be proud of its position and what it stands, what it does, and its language and its skills. So it's not just a servant or a waiter who does, who serves other people. It is supposed to be something special as well. And I think that also makes something to the people and makes them feel more important in life,
Like they mentioned in the article.
And they were treated like royals, but still like the employees used their first name to address them. So they were treated as royals, but at the same time they felt comfortable because their first name was used the whole time, and you had like this friendly relationship between customer and between employee. So they really did a good job at that, I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Of course, it is dangerous though when they like give good service to some people and then to others they might not, and then of course the ones who get treated less will badmouth the company.
That's what I thought too. I was like, okay, each client or each customer gets like a 2,000 budget, you know. But what if that budget isn't used, but for people it is, you know, they feel
Yeah.
like not treated the same way? Do they feel
I
like, hey, I
do
actually
think
can
that
claim the
everybody
money?
just gets treated well, but because the two examples that were in the text, like the one who needed a special product and they flew to a different country, to different continent to get it, that's kind of over the top. But I think, yeah, obviously not for everybody, you know. Would be weird if everybody was treated completely the same, but I think just that was also for in cases of more like emergency.
Yeah,
but
but
they
Yeah,
also have like that laminated card with them always, like 12 rules how to like treat their customers and people who are sleeping at the hotel, how they're supposed to be treated.
but like of course the ones who they're still gonna want to get treated well, like also the ones who don't need the special treatment, they're gonna see that and they're gonna be like, hey, why don't we get the special treatment as well?
Do you really think people are gonna see that? I mean,
I mean,
do you
some
think
people, yeah.
everybody knows?
An example in the article about the man who I don't know, his wife was in a wheelchair where they
Yeah.
actually
Yeah.
I mean, if you see that, I think they're gonna be like, hey, you know,
Yeah.
I don't know. I
But
feel
maybe
like,
they can ask, maybe they can go to the reception and be like, well, I'm here on my honeymoon and can we get some special things? I think then they will also do that. But maybe sometimes you have to ask for special treatment as well, because
Yeah.
that you see, but they don't maybe know about the fact that they flew to get those special eggs. I don't think that's what the clients learn.
but I think
Yeah.
it also, like, if we talk about the case with the egg and the milk, it is also a bit of a coincidence because the first employee, he remembered that in a store in Singapore somewhere, he knew a store where they
Oh
sold the
yeah, it
special
was not Sydney.
egg and the special milk. Then you have to already be lucky in that case that this person knows about the store. So
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
think it was
Yeah.
more of a coincidence, maybe. I don't know.
But
I
I
think
don't,
so.
but honestly,
Because
I don't, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
no, because maybe for the same, maybe it could have been a different disease or a different thing that he needed, and the employee didn't know about it. For the same reason, it was about something else, but it was quite coincidental that the employee at the hotel knew a store where they sold these special eggs and
Yeah.
special
Yeah,
milk.
but
and they could
Lawrence, I don't think this might have been a coincidence, or he was just lucky that he knew a store where he can get that. But the employee's mission is to make those customers happy, you know, and treat them like royals, you know, literally carry them on a tray. And I think even if he didn't have the connection, I think he would try everything to make it possible, you know,
Yeah,
Yeah.
of
through
course. I'm not saying.
connections, you know. So it's
I'm
not
not.
just a coincidence. I think if he didn't know it, he would ask other people. He would just try everything.
Yeah, of
you know?
course. I'm just saying that the reason that it was able to happen so fast, that it was convenient because he knew about it.
There's
So,
always
yeah.
also some people that don't like to get like very special treatment, like because when you get special treatment, like the walkway, you get kind of put on the spotlight, and some
Yeah,
people
true.
prefer to not have that.
Yeah.
So that would
That's an
You don't
important.
explain why
like
not
that if you
everyone.
don't go to a hotel who is known for their service. If you like to be left alone and not like that people in the elevator talk to you like, hey sis, how was your day? Because they know your name. If you don't like that, then you just
yeah,
probably
you have to go
Yeah, true. Like
to it
that stuff
because
could be okay, but like for very special like things, like they'll
Yeah.
probably.
I thought, you know, yeah. Sorry. um, I thought, you know, they always check up on their customers, like calling them on a service level, but also on an emotional level. And I thought that was interesting, but also a little bit weird because maybe not everybody wants to be disturbed and ask how they're feeling and how did
Yeah,
they like this,
and it,
how they like that. Even if I myself go to a restaurant, I also don't like it all the time if people ask me, did you like the food? You know, it's like
yeah.
sometimes
it's not that professional, like in a way.
They make it. They probably
I think it's
like
professional.
make it seem very professional. It is professional, but I think some people might get annoyed by it.
Yeah, maybe
would.
why I did this is because we have two questions. We are kind of already answering the first one. I just want to say it again.
Yeah.
The first question was how does the company differentiate themselves from the competitors? So we have already said some things, but maybe we could, go in deep on that question and
Yeah, but we already said pretty much all our points in the very beginning, also with the laminated card and the 12 key points on there.
Very well trained staff as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's also what I wanted to say. That they have to like make a lot of effort to probably get a job there, and also they get trained.
Yeah, they had a very excessive training to like become perfect
still
ladies
to
and gentlemen.
Yeah.
But yeah, they never mentioned something about other hotels, like, so we don't know. Maybe there are other hotels in the world who also have like the same way of giving
Yeah,
training and of
I
having laminated cards.
recently watched a little documentary about a very fancy hotel in Switzerland, somewhere in the Alps. They also treat their hotel their customers the same, or maybe it's just a chain. I don't remember the name
Well,
anymore, but
that's a bit the strange thing about this question, in my opinion. Like they ask, like, how do they like compare to other hotels, or how do they match up with those hotels? But they never really mentioned
But
one in the text.
I think we have to do research on it then. But I think what really differentiates them is like the wow stories, which brings us to question 2. It's just like I think every hotel who has a lot of stars or well-trained employees. I think there are lots of hotels who do that, high budget hotels, but I don't think that every hotel has that concept of those wow stories. And I think that's really what sets the Ritz-Carlton apart from other hotels.
Yeah, every
Yeah.
company and hotel has their own like set of unwritten rules. For example, like the 12 things that they had. This is something specifically for that hotel. Like I don't think any other will like exactly copy that. Maybe have something similar, but not exactly.
no.
Yeah.
What I also
No, sorry, you go first. Sorry.
no, what I also thought was interesting is that usually everybody, has its job and does whatever that you need to do, but you usually don't go above that. You don't usually do more unless you really want to reach something in life.
Yeah.
But in these hotels, all the employees, they don't know any limits. They do everything. They go beyond the range or whatever. So there's no limit. You do everything and anything you can. And that's something very special. I think you don't see that in many professions, that people go so much broader than they're actually supposed to. You know what I mean? There's just no limit.
Yeah, exactly. And that's also what I think is one of the strong factors of the wow stories.
Mhm.
They tell an incredible story, but after all, it's a story about normal employees doing incredible things.
Yeah.
And when you're a normal employee and you hear a story of a normal employee doing an incredible thing, you can identify yourself with those persons.
Yeah.
And you can really like start to feel like a part of the company. And when you hear such a story, then you are immediately motivated to do your best and to get the most out of your day and out of your time working there. So the great thing about the stories, in my opinion, was that just normal people who created normal employees with normal lives who created those circumstances and created those solutions. So
And that's
that
what
was, for me personally, a very strong part about those wow stories.
I agree with you, but it's a little bit ambivalent to what we said before, that those are not just normal employees, they are also supposed to be special and really supposed to be
Yeah, of
proud
course.
of.
But with normal employees, I mean people they can like identify with, that are like maybe in the same position as they are. I didn't mean normal, but people with the same status as they are, the same position.
In the beginning of our career at this school, we also like learned about entrepreneur, and how like people who studied at our school have like companies now, and that's like something that's very close to us, because we can know from ourselves that we can achieve that as well. So it's like very motivating to be like, oh, maybe I can do that in the future. And I think it will also be like a big honor to be like one of those employees that everybody around the world hears stories about, like, you know what she did, you know, that's like very, I think, you know, that kind of honor is also something to strive for.
Yeah, maybe future IBM students will then learn about you, so that's
Yeah,
that'd be fun.
so that would be nice.
Like, that
Yeah.
would be a job that I would be interested in, to be honest. It does sound like a very fun thing.
No, me neither.
Oh, for me it would.
You would like to work at the hotel, or
I mean, when I was younger, I always thought of becoming a butler or something like that.
like in the
Like,
Grand
sir-
Budapest Hotel?
Yeah, or like at a mansion, like serving somebody wouldn't be bad.
By the
Okay,
way,
so-
what does this time say?
43 right now.
yeah, we should conclude.
Yeah, we
Yeah,
should make
let's
it.
Would you like
conclude.
to conclude?
Okay, I'm just gonna keep it short. So I think you know our discussion was quite interesting. We discussed many aspects and different point of views. You know, we also saw the critical side, maybe that it's hard to give each employee, each customer the same service level. But yeah, I think we also agreed in many parts. For example, that it really stands out, the company really stands out for its wow stories and for the fact that not just customers are royals, but also the employees are very special and honorable. And
Yeah.
yeah, so that was our little debate about
Yeah,
the
and I think
hotel.
it's something that is also still very important is the fact that no matter how big your business is, or it doesn't matter how big your hotel is, that you keep on having the personal side with you, the personal side with the
Yeah.
stories, and the personal side with how to address your customers.
And the good thing is that you have the money, so they have the budget.
Yeah, they have
Yeah,
a lot of money.
exactly, and even the big enterprises have to keep it personal. So that was quite interesting, actually.
Yeah, true. Thank you very much.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you for
for the
listening.
nice debates, and have a nice evening.